Good evening, boxing fans. It's Harry from Inside Boxing Brain. And yes, you guessed correct, we are back for another video. Guys, please subscribe to my channel, drop me a comment below and like this video if you enjoy the content. Over 90% of the people watching my video are not subscribed to my channel. So either you like it or you hate it. Leave me some feedback. Today's video is essentially about the hardest puncher in boxing history. And I really wanted to do a little bit of a breakdown video to give you all a little bit of an insight into why I've come to the decision that I have come to and why I feel that this particular fighter deserves credit, applause and a lot of respect to be put on his name. Now, the fighter in question has been a competitive heavyweight for the last 10 to 15 years. And in terms of a knockout percentage, he has got the highest knockout percentage in boxing history. Yes, you've probably guessed it. We are talking about the one and the only Deontay, the Bronze Bomber, Wilder. Now, the reason why I wanted to do this video and put a little bit more respect on Deontay's name is because over the last 2 years especially, in particularly, I have seen a lot of hate being put out there and broadcasted around Deontay Wilder and about Deontay. I think the primary reason why he gets so much hate is because of his comments after his back-to-back defeats to Tyson Fury. The first fight was a speculative draw. It could have gone either way. The second fight was a clear victory for Tyson, and the third fight was again a competitive fight, but a clear victory for Tyson. Now, following on from those results, Deontay actually came out and said the reason why he lost was A, because of his outfit, was B, because he was drugged, was C, because Tyson's gloves were not right, and the list goes on and on and on. Basically calling Tyson a cheat and saying that he didn't deserve to win. Off the back of it, he got a lot of stick. Rightfully so as well, because the commission and all the sanctioning bodies were all in place to make sure that there was no skullduggery in the build-up to those fights. But having said that, I really want to take this time to give Deontay Wilder some credit for being one of the most exciting and spectacular punchers to have ever graced the ring. Deontay's punch power is something which is unrivaled and unmatched in any division. There's not a boxer in history who I can identify who I would even put close to Deontay Wilder in terms of that one punch knockout power. He has got something within him that just switches people's lights off. His fight over the weekend with Robert Helenius, the way he knocked him out, he was actually backing up on the ropes and he caught him with a punch. It was a right hand, he caught him with it and he was actually moving backwards. He hadn't even fully extended his arm. And the way that Robert Helenius hit the canvas was scary. His eyes were wide open, you could see the whites of his eyes. And he was staring up at the lights above him with a look of pure terror on his face. Deontay Wilder absolutely shut his lights off. Wow, what a knockout, what a puncher. And the power that this man has got, I haven't seen in any other fight or fighter that I have ever watched or followed before within the game. Now, I'm interested to ask you the question, the audience, in terms of what you feel, where you feel Deontay ranks in terms of the top hitters or the hardest hitters of all time. Many people are comparing him to, say, a Mike Tyson and saying that he doesn't have the power that Mike Tyson has, but I disagree. One thing about Mike Tyson was that Tyson never threw one punch at a time. Every punch that he threw was in 2s and 3s. And many times, Mike Tyson would actually knock out his opponents by catching them with uppercuts. And he used to put all his body weight into that uppercut and he used to push all his weight up from his legs through the arm, through the fist, into the chin, and he used to punch through the target. So I don't think that it's comparable. Yes, they were both devastating punches, but today's video is about the hardest heavyweight or the hardest hitting boxer of all time. And if you just look at Deontay Wilder's record and his career, he has had the most special and spectacular knockout run in heavyweight history. He's knocked out 99% of all of his opponents. The only person to ever go the distance with him and not get knocked out is Tyson Fury. And if you look at their 3 fights, Tyson was in trouble in 2 of them. It was only the second fight in which Mark Breland stopped it prematurely and Deontay screamed robbery. But in the 3 fights that he has had, the first and the last fight were very tough affairs for Tyson. It was not a walk in the park. In the final fight, the 3rd fight, the trilogy, when Deontay caught Tyson with that punch that sent him to the canvas, my God, you saw that punch ripple straight through his body from head to toe. And when he went down, many fans, me included, were sat there thinking, oh my God, what are the chances that he's going to be able to get up from a punch like that? Again, we all saw the result of that fight, and Deontay Wilder went out on his shield, championship heart, a warrior spirit, and a true gladiator within the ring. I don't think that there's ever been a puncher within the heavyweight division who can switch his opponent's lights off with one punch, just brushing past, not even when the punch is fully connected on the target. Deontay Wilder needs to be perfect for 1 second, whereas his opponents need to be perfect for 12 rounds of the fight. What a great superpower to have. If you're Deontay Wilder, I guess it's almost a situation that could breed bad habits, because deep down you know that you can knock any man out with 1 punch. So throughout the whole fight, all he must be thinking about is, I just need to land this 1 punch. Just this 1 punch and I've got the victory. And in his fights against Tyson Fury, you could see him really trying to load up on that right hand. And that was his demise. You know, he couldn't land it, he couldn't get it to the target. And again, I think the reason why he couldn't get it to the target was because he put on so much weight. He filled out so much. In this fight against Robert Helenius, he came in at 214, which is borderline cruiserweight, and it's borderline the lowest weight that Deontay has ever fought at in a professional ring. So I was so surprised to see him come in, look energetic, look fresh, and have that sting power snap within his punches to be able to dominate from the first second through to about a minute and a half when the fight actually ended. I'm really excited to see Deontay Wilder continue within the heavyweight division, and in my opinion, he is the 2nd best heavyweight in the world right now. Yes, it's competitive up there against Usyk, Joshua. We've got the new man on the block, Joe Joyce. And if I was to match all of them up against Deontay Wilder, I don't think any of them are going to get past the 5th round. Deontay hits too hard, and unlike other fighters, we all know that Deontay Wilder has got a championship heart, and he's not the type of fighter to quit. He will give it his all. He comes to leave it all in the ring. Blood, sweat and tears. He does not care. He will empty his gas tank and he will go out on his shield. But what he will not do is lose a half-hearted fight and not commit to pure war. And that is one of the main reasons why I am becoming a huge Deontay Wilder fan. The amount of stick and ridicule that the man has got over the last 2 years is unfair. So many people jumped on the bandwagon of calling him a bum, a dosser, and it just goes to show that these people don't know what it takes to step into the ring. It takes a lot of courage, it takes a lot of determination, self-belief, compassion, and most boxing fans who just throw shade on his name are really just bunny hopping and piggybacking off the back of those fights with Tyson Fury and all the drama that ensued shortly after. So to summarise today's video, I wanted to give Deontay Wilder the props that he deserves for being the hardest hitting heavyweight of all time. Probably the hardest boxer, the hardest punching boxer to ever live. I've never seen a heavyweight land those types of devastating punches. And to be honest, we are all very lucky to be in an era, living through an era where we have a champion like Deontay who keeps it exciting and he keeps everybody on notice, because let's be honest, any fight that Deontay Wilder is in, there is a strong possibility that he is going to knock out his opponent in devastating fashion. So, to summarise, Deontay Wilder, the Bronze Bomber, is the hardest puncher of all time. Unrivaled power, unrivaled knockout artist, and one of the best heavyweight boxers to ever grace the division. I'm very interested to see him in a rematch with Tyson. I think that is still an exciting fight, even though they've had 3 fights already. Very excited to see him in the ring with the likes of Anthony Joshua, Alexander Usyk, Andy Ruiz, Joseph Parker, Joe Joyce, Daniel Dubois, Derek Chisora, and the list can go on. Guys, thank you very much for tuning into today's video. Drop me a comment below if you agree with me. Do you think that Deontay Wilder is the hardest heavyweight boxer of all time, the hardest puncher? And if you disagree, drop me a comment below and let me know who you think the hardest puncher of all time is. I hope you've enjoyed my video. If you have, please subscribe to this channel, like this video, and as I've said, drop me a comment in the comment section below. Guys, it's Harry from Inside Boxing Brain, and we're going to be back for another video very soon. Peace!